Ever feel like you're just drowning in noise during a conversation?
Mm.
You know, where the loudest voice wins, but what they're saying feels, well, a bit shaky.
Oh, absolutely. It happens all the time. Volume over substance.
Right. We all want to cut through that fog to speak clearly, understand others, and not get totally swept up in the emotion of it all. So that this deep dive, it's kind of your shortcut. We're talking about logic.
Yeah, but not logic in like a stuffy academic way. Think of it as a tool.
A tool for what, exactly?
For clarity, really. For understanding what's actually being said, finding truth, and just communicating better. It's less about winning and more about connecting.
Okay, I like that. Like that story, the coffee shop argument.
Yeah.
Picture it. Friends arguing about social media.
Right, one saying, it's ruining everything.
And the other, no, it connects the world.
Yeah.
Getting louder and louder. We've all been there, haven't we?
Definitely. Things get heated, polarized super fast. Nobody's really listening anymore.
Exactly. But then remember Alex just calmly asks, hang on, what are we actually talking about here?
Yeah, that simple question. Powerful.
It made everyone stop, think. Alex helped them see they were mixing things up. Personal effects versus, global communication. Two different things.
And suddenly, there's clarity. Alex didn't shout, didn't even push their own opinion at first.
No. They just used logic to organize the mess.
Yeah.
They kind of won the room, but through clarity, not volume. It was about structure.
That's such a key skill, stepping back, looking at the framework of the discussion itself before jumping to who's right or wrong.
And that, right there,
Yeah.
is our first big takeaway from looking into all this. Logic. It's not some secret code. It's for everyone.
Totally accessible.
It's about asking better questions, spotting weak spots in arguments, and this is crucial, keeping your cool when things get emotional.
Right. No PhD needed. Just awareness. How often do feelings just completely take over the driver's seat in an argument?
All the time. And that awareness is step one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Realizing that just because you feel strongly doesn't make your argument logically sound.
Exactly. Strong feelings aren't the same as strong reasons. That came up a lot in what we looked at.
Okay, so let's touch on the basics. Deductive reasoning. That's the one where the conclusion has to be true if the starting points are true. Right?
Yep. The classic, all humans are mortal. Socrates is human.
Therefore, Socrates is mortal. Boom, locked in. If you buy the first two, the third one follows, no question.
It gives you certainty, provided, and this is the catch, provided your initial statements, your premises, are actually correct.
Good point. What if they aren't?
Then the whole structure collapses, even if the logic seems okay.
Got it. Okay, then there's inductive reasoning. This is more like probabilities.
Yeah, exactly. It's based on observation, on evidence. Like your example, every time I eat peanuts, I sneeze.
So maybe I'm allergic. It's likely based on the pattern, but not absolutely guaranteed like the Socrates thing.
Right. It's pattern recognition, making generalizations. Super important for, well, pretty much everything we do, science included.
Yeah.
But you gotta remember, it's about probability, not certainty.
We often forget that, don't we? Treat a good guess like a hard fact.
Huge difference. Understanding that stops you from overstating your case.
Okay, so knowing the difference is key. Now, another big thing we found is spotting unfair tactics. Logical fallacies.
Ah, yes, the argumentative tricks.
They sound convincing, maybe, but they're actually flawed, designed to win, not to be right.
And they work because they often play on our emotions or biases, not our reason. Knowing them is like having a shield.
Let's look at two common ones. Ad hominem.
That's attacking the person, not their idea.
Like you can't trust her diet advice? Look at her.
Right. Her weight has zero bearing on whether the diet itself is sound or not. It's a deflection, a personal jab.
Avoids the actual point.
Yeah.
Okay, and the other one, straw man.
That's when you twist someone's argument into something weaker, something easier to knock down.
Like if I say maybe we should eat a bit less meat and someone fires back, oh, so you want everyone to starve.
Exactly. That's not what you said at all. They built a flimsy straw man version of your argument just to attack it.
It totally distorts the original idea.
Recognizing these, ad hominem, straw man, and others, it makes you a much sharper thinker, better at filtering all the information coming at you.
Yeah, you can see through the manipulation. Okay, so here's something practical for you listening. Next time someone shares an opinion, try asking, maybe just in your head first, or gently, what exactly do you mean?
Or what's the evidence for that?
And is that always true, or just sometimes?
Those questions aren't attacks. They're tools for clarification, for digging a bit deeper into the reasoning.
Right. It's about understanding, not just reacting. So, quick recap of this first part. Logic's a skill, you practice it, stay calm, ask good questions,
Spot the fallacies.
and try to argue with reason, not just raw emotion.
Okay, so we've got the basics, we can spot the bad stuff. Now, how do we actually build our own strong arguments?
Right. I like thinking of it as building a bridge.
A bridge. Explain.
Well, someone else is over there with their viewpoint. Your argument is the bridge you build to help them see things from your side, maybe even crossover.
Ah, okay, so the bridge needs to be solid, trustworthy.
Exactly. If it looks rickety, they won't even step onto it.
Mm-hmm.
So, step one, crucial first plank. Find common ground.
Yes! This came up again and again. Start where you agree.
Let's say it's about remote work. You love it, think it boosts productivity. They hate it, think it kills teamwork.
Classic disagreement.
Instead of jumping in with, you're wrong, but find something you both care about. Like, okay, I think we both agree we want the team to do great work and feel connected, right?
That changes the whole vibe, doesn't it? Suddenly it's not me versus you, it's us looking at a shared goal. Defenses come down.
Totally. Okay, step two for our bridge. Use simple language.
Oh, this is a big one. Ditch the jargon.
Seriously, clarity beats complexity. Instead of remote work enhances asynchronous productivity and fosters autonomy.
Try working from home helps people focus and manage their own time better. Simple. Direct.
Shows confidence too. Like, you don't need fancy words to hide behind.
Right. Makes your reasoning clearer, more persuasive. Okay, step 3.
Bring the evidence. Opinions are fine, but evidence gives your argument weight.
Facts, data, examples, even stories can work as evidence in a way.
Yeah. Instead of just remote work is better, maybe something like, well, in our team's 3-month trial, productivity actually went up 15%, and people reported feeling less stressed.
See, that's concrete. It moves beyond just your feeling about it. Of course, making sure the evidence is credible is key, too.
Absolutely. And step 4, use analogies and stories.
Make it relatable.
Exactly. Abstract ideas are hard to grasp, but a good analogy or a quick story illustrating your point, people remember those, makes the idea stick.
Like metaphors that bridge the known to the unknown. Helps people connect emotionally, too.
Okay, so building the bridge involves common ground, simple language, evidence, and stories. But what about how you are during the discussion?
Ah, the delivery, your own state of mind.
Yeah. Think. Lighthouse, not storm.
Ooh, I like that. Calm, guiding, steady.
Instead of loud, chaotic, destructive. If someone throws a personal jab, like, you're just saying that because you hate office culture.
Resist the urge to fire back.
Right. Stay calm. Maybe say something like, this isn't really about me personally. Let's stick to the idea itself. De-escalate. Focus on the issue.
That composure is powerful. It shows you're in control, not letting emotions run the show. And it often calms the other person down, too.
We heard about this manager, right? Super calm. Her boss. Argumentative, always interrupting.
Yeah. What happened?
She just stayed calm. Paused. Spoke thoughtfully. And over time, it actually changed how they interacted. The boss became less aggressive.
Wow. So her calmness actually influenced the whole dynamic. See? It's not just about managing yourself, it changes the space.
True leadership, in a way. Okay, quick exercise for everyone listening. Pick a simple topic.
Sure.
Why daily walks are good for your mind.
Okay, got it.
Now, build a mini argument, find common ground.
Like, we all want to feel less stressed and think clearer.
State your opinion simply.
I believe a short walk every day really helps with that.
Add some evidence, even general.
Studies show even moderate exercise boosts mood and focus.
And a quick image or story.
For me, it's like clearing out the mental cobwebs.
Perfect. See? Common ground, clear point, evidence, relatable image. You just built a mini argument bridge.
It forces you to think through the steps, makes it conscious.
So, to sum up, building arguments, common ground first, simple words, back it up with evidence, use stories, stay calm like a lighthouse.
These aren't just debate tricks. They're tools for connection, understanding, better communication everywhere.
Definitely. But, the arguments we have with others, they're important, but maybe not the most important ones.
Ah, you're talking about the arguments we have inside our own heads.
Exactly. Turning that logical lens inward, that's where real growth starts, I think. Examining our own beliefs.
It's much harder, often. We heard about Daniel, right? Always had to be right.
Yeah, prided himself on it. But then realized it was stopping him from actually connecting with people. Being right wasn't as important as being open, being kind.
That really hits home. Intellectual humility, knowing we don't have all the answers, and being okay with that, being willing to question ourselves.
And a huge part of that is spotting our own biases.
The invisible sunglasses we forget we're wearing.
Totally. Like confirmation bias.
Yeah.
You know, where you only see evidence that supports what you already believe.
If you think remote work is bad, you only remember the times Zoom failed, not the productive deep work sessions.
Exactly. Or groupthink. Going along with the crowd, even if you secretly disagree, just to fit in.
Or status quo bias, just preferring things the way they are because it's familiar, not necessarily better.
Recognizing these in ourselves.
Well, that's tough.
But so necessary for clear thinking.
It means asking ourselves hard questions like, what would someone who totally disagrees with me say? And could they have a point?
Or, is this belief actually helping me understand things better, or is it just making me feel comfortable and safe?
Right. Because true logic isn't about defending your current position at all costs. It's about seeking truth, even if it means changing your mind.
Think of your mind like a mirror, maybe. Sometimes it gets foggy with biases and old assumptions.
Okay.
And self-awareness, asking questions, challenging yourself,
Right.
staying curious. That's like wiping the fog away. You see things more clearly.
I like that. Cleaning the foggy mirror, it's an ongoing process.
So how does this internal logic play out day to day? Say at work, someone says, nah, that idea won't work. Tried it before.
Instead of just shutting down.
Get curious. Oh, interesting. Tell me more about last time. What were the hurdles? Maybe we can learn from it. See? Applying logic with curiosity.
Or at home, someone says you never listen.
Instead of jumping to defend yourself.
Try empathy plus logic. Wow, it sounds like you feel really unheard right now. Can you tell me more about that? When did you feel that way?
It combines that logical need for specifics with understanding the emotion. Much more constructive.
Absolutely. So how do we keep getting better at this internal stuff? Any techniques?
Yeah, a few came up. One is the 3 whys. Take a strong belief, ask, why do I believe this? Get your answer, then ask why about that answer. And again, dig down.
Uncover the roots, maybe the emotions or stories underneath.
Exactly. Another one. The role reversal test. Imagine arguing your point to yourself. Would you be convinced? Where are the weak spots?
Puts you in the critical seat regarding your own ideas. Smart.
And maybe just journaling. After a tricky conversation, jot down what worked, what didn't, logically speaking. What could you do differently?
That reflection piece is huge for learning.
Yeah.
These are great practical tools.
You know that story about the wise teacher? 2 people argue. The teacher tells the first, you are right, then tells the second, you are also right.
And the observer's confused. How can they both be right?
And the teacher says, you are right too.
What's the point there?
Maybe. Maybe the goal isn't always finding the single winner or the absolute truth. Sometimes it's about understanding that different perspectives can both hold some validity. Seeing the bigger picture.
The wisdom in acknowledging complexity and multiple viewpoints. Understanding over winning.
Exactly. So, wrapping this all up, this deep dive into logic, it's not just about winning arguments, is it?
No, not at all. It's about building trust, understanding people better, and importantly, continuing our own growth, sharpening our own minds.
We've gone from the basics, like deductive and inductive reasoning, to spotting those tricky fallacies.
To building strong, bridge-like arguments with common ground and evidence.
And finally, turning that logical lens inward, tackling our biases, cleaning that foggy mirror.
It's really a journey towards becoming, hopefully, a calmer, clearer, more reasonable voice, being the lighthouse, not the storm.
So the challenge for you listening is to take these ideas out into the world. Notice the logic, or the lack of it. Practice asking those clarifying questions. Challenge your own assumptions gently. Keep learning.
Be the reason in the noise. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.